ఓం శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. అందరికీ నమస్కారం. In this video, let us examine what is innocence. See, one disciple has asked his master like this: Master, what is innocence? Why innocent people suffer most? Then the master replied like this: My dear, innocence is such a deep blissfulness that whatever happens around it makes no difference to the bliss. Even death is irrelevant. But I can understand your question. It is the question of many people as to why innocent people suffer. See, first of all, they do not understand what innocence is. Secondly, when they suffer, they think it is because of innocence that they are suffering, and not that the cause must be somewhere else. So, the same kind of question has been asked from different angles as to why good people, virtuous people, religious people suffer. Then the master continued, I have never seen any religious person suffering, or a good person suffering, or a virtuous person suffering. But what they mean is that they think themselves good, religious, virtuous, innocent, and what they think all that is not right. Perhaps they are good, but that goodness is out of fear, not out of love. They are good because they are afraid of the other world. They are virtuous, no doubt, because they are desirous and greedy of the pleasures of the other world. And they are not innocent, but simply ignorant. And there is a very delicate fine line between ignorance and innocence, my dear. A child is innocence, but not ignorant. And when you are reborn in a spiritual way, you become like a child again. Remember, I am saying like a child, and I am not saying you become a child. You become like a child, innocent. See, exactly what is childlike? See, the eyes of a child works like a mirror. Whatsoever comes before them is mirrored. So, the moment it passes, the mirror is vacant again. It does not cling. It does not think about the past. It does not look into the future. The mirror remains in the present. So, whatsoever passes is mirrored. When it has gone, the mirror is vacant again, nothing is left. So, you cannot destroy its mirror like innocence. That is what the childlike innocence means. See, the division between ignorance and innocence is so fine, but the ignorant person is always trying not to be ignorant. The symptom is such a person is always trying to become knowledgeable. See, there are a certain type of some people who are those kind of people are cowardly, and they want all the riches, prestige and power, but they are not ready to make or go through all the means or efforts or ordeals that such rich, prestigious and powerful people make and go through. Because for such people, I mean for such kind of richest people and all that, the end makes every means, effort, ordeal, whatever the effort they make, whatever the means they adopt, whatever the ordeals they undergo, for them the end makes right, irrespective of the harm or inconvenience or discomfort or displeasure caused to others in general and individuals in particular in that process. So, their goal is only to succeed, and they are ready to pay everything for such kind of achievement. Now, such kind of cowardly people wanted all these things and also wanted to remain good and virtuous. See, if you are really in love with goodness, with innocence, with virtue, you will be ready to sacrifice everything for it. All success, all respectability, all prestige, etc. You will be ready to go to any extreme or to face any adversity in life, but such people are not ready to leave or sacrifice their goodness. See, the master further said that he is reminded of a beautiful incident that has happened. See, it happened, the master said, that Edmund Burke, one of the greatest historians of England, had a friend who was not famous as Edmund Burke, but as a theologian he was very famous. Even the king and queen used to come to listen to his sermons, but Edmund Burke never went to listen to the friend's sermons at any point of time. So, one day the theologian friend asked him, I have been expecting that one day you would come to listen to my sermons. Even the king, the queen, the whole royal family comes. All the great scholars of the university come. You are my only friend, and you are the only person for me. just for courtesy sake, at least you should come once. Then Edmund Burke said, it is because of that I have not come. As you are insisting, this Sunday I am coming. Be ready. Then the friend said, what do you mean by be ready? Then Edmund Burke said, everything will be clear when I come to listen on Sunday. So the friend prepared a really beautiful sermon. This is something unknown to the mystics, preparing sermons. So Master paused a little and said, are you a teacher in a school, or are you a professor in a college? Don't you have anything spontaneous to say? At least those who have experienced should have each moment a spontaneous flow of fresh water and fresh energy. A prepared speech, however articulate, is basically false because it is not of heart and their experience. Then Edmund Burke came on Sunday to the church to listen to the friend's sermon. The friend wanted to impress Edmund Burke, and while delivering his prepared best sermon, he continually watched the face of Edmund Burke, but no emotions, no feelings, and there is no impact of what he was saying on his friend Edmund Burke. So friend started stuttering as he became nervous that the man, his friend, that is Edmund Burke, was sitting in the front row like a stone statue. Then after he finished his speech, there was the question hour, and the first to stand up was Edmund Burke. He said, I have a question. You said in your speech, my dear friend, that a man who is good, virtuous, a believer in God goes to heaven, and a man who is not good, who is not virtuous and does not believe in God goes into hell. See, my question is, Edmund Burke said, you have simplified things too much. I want to know, if a man is good and virtuous and does not believe in God, where does he go? The theologian friend was at a loss because any answer would be troublesome. So he said, my dear friend, please forgive me. I cannot answer it spontaneously. Then Edmund Burke said, I knew it, my friend, as your whole speech was not spontaneous at all. You are a parrot. How much time do you need to look into scriptures and libraries to find out the answer? See, my dear friend, you don't have the answer, and you have the guts to say emphatically who goes to hell and who goes to heaven, and I have asked a very simple question. Then the theologian friend said, I want 7 days, and next Sunday I will answer your question. So those 7 days were really hard for him. A man who does not believe in God but is good, virtuous, you cannot send such a man to hell. If hell, then what is the need of being good and virtuous? So, a man who believes in God but is not good, is not virtuous. So, such kind of person you cannot send him to heaven, because if you send him to heaven, then what is wrong in being a sinner and not being virtuous? So, only just belief in God appears absurd and not right. So, then make it simple. Those who believe in God will go to heaven, and those who do not believe in God go to hell. Then why unnecessarily bring the qualities of goodness and virtue? So, he had no answer. Scriptures are of no help. So, he had prayed to God. Then what happened is, before the day, that is before the Sunday, when he was about to answer, he had a dream on Saturday night. See, he went to answer, and Edmund Burke had come to listen to his answer. He said, "I tried my hardest but could not find the answer. I had a dream, and relating to that dream, my conclusions are this. I am sorry. What I have been telling you was not right. It is not the fact that the good people or virtuous people go to heaven, and on the contrary, it is just that wherever the virtuous people and the good people go, they create heaven, they carry paradise with them, and belief in God is irrelevant. It is your individual whim. You can believe, you cannot believe in God. That does not matter in the ultimate conclusion of life." Then Master continued reverting to the question asked by the disciple. "My dear, you are asking why the innocent people suffer. One thing is certain, they are not innocent. They do not know the beauty of innocence. The innocent person cannot suffer wherever he is. He may be in paradise, and the other person, wherever he is, even in paradise, he is going to suffer. So, but if you are innocent out of fear, in other words, if your innocence, goodness, virtue are out of fear, then you are not really virtuous, and you become a coward and suffer. To be innocent means to be really courageous. See, and you will enjoy being innocent. See, suffering may surround you, flames may surround you, but they cannot burn you, remember. So, Master said, I have never come across a really good man, I mean a good man in true sense, because each good act is a reward in itself, and each bad act is a punishment in itself. So, there are not rewards and punishments afterwards, beyond death, beyond this world. For example, if you put your hand into fire, it will be burned right now, not in the next life. Cause and effect are connected, they cannot be separated. So, if you are suffering, then think again whether your innocence is innocence. You will find that your innocence is not innocence and you are simply a coward. If your innocence is innocence, the whole sky may shower suffering on you and you will remain untouched. Innocence cannot suffer. If it suffers, it is not innocence at all, but it is cowardice. So, anything that is sincere always gives you joy. It is absolutely certain that wherever good people are, there is heaven. Not that the good people go to heaven, heaven comes to the good people wherever they are. I am preparing you for a totally different experience, my dear. I am preparing you so that heaven enters into you. It is a psychological space, it is not a geography. See, for example, when the first Russian astronaut Gagarin came back from space, he was the first man to go into space. He went around the earth taking photographs, and when he came back, the first question was asked, which is very natural in Russia. The question is, have you met God there? Then he said, there was no God. So, in Moscow, they have made a museum of all things that the astronauts have been bringing from outer space, from the moon. On the front door of the museum, Gagarin's sentence is written in golden letters. We have explored space and there is no God anywhere. Then the master said, I would like to say to the whole world, by exploring outer space, you will not find God. Explore the inner space and it is there. It is not found as an object, it is found as a subject, as your very subjectivity. You are it, and once you have found it, there is no suffering for you, no hell for you, no misery for you, my dear. Then the whole life in such a case, it becomes simply a magical, miraculous dance of festivity. So, explore in your inner space, experience in the outer space, the master concluded. So, thank you all.